The Attorney General is very specific.
The Attorney General was basically saying that these were willful violations, that they were being used for the campaign and personal reasons, which clearly is a violation of the charitable organization law. And the language was written in a civil context, because that's what this is right now. But you can translate that into the criminal context, of which the AG also has a criminal arm of there that says fraud, tax evasion, and lying about charitable contributions. Now remember, Shep, here's the big thing. I've been yelling and screaming for over a year about state crimes. That's the thing that everybody keeps missing. The state crimes are beyond the pardon power of the president, and the state crime issues are not subjected to this DOJ memo to whatever extent it means that you can't indict a sitting president. There could be sealed indictments, which I am convinced that there are already.
Why are you convinced of that?
Because, listen, being a tactician as a prosecutor, if I believe that my investigation was going to be attacked by somebody who was my boss and I could be removed, I'm going to cover that investigation. And once a sealed indictment is filed, it's not going to be unfiled. So I would do it on the basic charges, and if nothing happens later on, I can supersede those charges in the grand jury and include more information. But if not, those sealed indictments have to go out. That's the tactical move of Mueller. And here's the big point. I was always wondering, is he doing it? Is he looking towards the state crimes? Well, when you look at some of the Mueller submissions, you see one thing that's very prominent, Chip, that nobody was really picking up on, in my opinion, in a major way. The attorneys for the Attorney General's office were in the room during some of the debriefing of these witnesses, which means they understand the power of state crimes getting beyond the pardon power and the DOJ memo. Now,
Say that again. The Attorney General's people were in the room while the questions were being asked of those who had knowledge about this activity.
Of cooperating witnesses, because there's parallel investigations. I had a case right now. It's not the first time it's happened. You can commit a crime in federal court, but it could also be a state crime violation as well, especially when you're dealing with taxes or campaign finance violations. I'm not trying to be, this is not a political decision. This is a legal decision. This is what prosecutors do in order to be able to button things up. And if Mueller was concerned that his investigation was going to get scuttled, if he was going to get fired, that he was going to make sure he's going to have state prosecutors there that are a backup source for him. And some of those state law crimes, Shep, and these are some pretty aggressive prosecutors in New York and the state level, can carry more jail time than the actual federal crimes. That would be the tactical move I would do to preserve my investigation.
So the investigation, 2 tracks, 1 federal, pardonable, 1 state, not.
Absolutely.
Bob Bianchi, thank you again. I know they're going to roll a breaking news animation because it says it. And there it is. Breaking news. We have transcripts from James Comey's closed-door testimony yesterday in front of the House Judiciary and Oversight Committees. Remember, the Republicans who are leading those committees have brought in James Comey. The former FBI director was on Capitol Hill again to answer questions from them about the 2016 FBI investigation into